afternoon, everyone. Alright, let's do this by 3. Okay, let's see how we do today. Looks like I'm averaging roughly 30% frame drops every stream now. Hopefully that doesn't make things too bad. Hope the viewing experience isn't too bad. Alright. Mail. Oh, this. Top 35%. Ooh! Alright. Alright. It's pretty good for someone who hasn't played much at all during the event. That was mainly for... Oh, is my mouth... Okay. My voice tracking is not active. Let me just move myself off screen for a second. And then I'll come back. And yeah, there we go. Alright. I was contemplating, we can go for Chanta, so half flush, no, half flush, half outside hand. Half flush was a possibility I was thinking of as well. We're not gonna con, not the North Wind here. We're gonna want something else, some other type of support. So I could have called that, but I'm still thinking in my head, what do I really want, right? Could drop the 2s here, but I need some sort of support for this tile or this tile right now. So if we draw like a 6 bamboo, then probably getting rid of the pair of 2s. I'm probably getting rid of the pair of 2s regardless. I think the only reason why I'd ever keep these would be to... Alright. Not much to say about that. Alright, that was a slight interruption. And alright, so I didn't drop this originally because we had one Yakuhai, our seat wind. But seeing as it got dropped, it's unlikely we'll draw a second one before another one gets dropped. So I just kind of made this decision to drop it now. Yeah, so we weren't gonna get the green dragon with before someone else dropped another one. Maybe they would have kept it. Is my Mahjong Soul muted? No. It's kind of weird. Close con. I'm not hearing any audio from it for some reason. What did I mute? Muting the voices. We'll just respect that. I'm not sure why there's no audio coming from the game, but hey Nimbo, hello. Okay, we'll drop our wind here. At the moment, I don't really feel like breaking this up. Although this should be free to break off. That's fine. But that's not fine. But this is fine. I don't know why my game has no audio, by the way. 60 fu, yep. It's a Mongon hand. Okay. Nice. So we got this. We can go for a nice little hand here. And I say little because it's gonna be little. At most, so far, this hand, we get like 1 Han here. We'll get 1 Han from the door tile. And it'll be a 2 Han hand, that's 2,000 points. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with my game at the moment. Or the audio, I'm having audio issues, surprisingly. Drop the 7 here. Our hand's being very close to finish now. Hello? Wait, what? So I did mute something then, right? If BGM plays but voices don't play, what's going on? Oh, my settings are all over the place. What is going on? That is so weird. That is oh so weird. I'm gonna agree for this Dora tile, which means then you get rid of that. It'd be unfortunate if we draw like a 3-5-2-6, 2-3-5-6 pin tile, but yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I am absolutely greeding for this 3-4, this 2 and the 5 here. So it becomes a 3 Han hand. It should be 3 Han 30 fu. Okay. So the original idea was to, if we get Red Dragon, it'll be this switch is worth it, but because 1 came out, so in my head it's fine. Like even if we get the weaker side, the 3 mon, it's fine. It's 2 Han, 2,000 points. But if we happen to land on the Red Dragon, then boom, 3 Han, 3,900. It should be. Because for the 2 to work, we either have to draw a second one, or draw the 3 bamboo, which doesn't seem to be happening. Wow, Ipatsumo. Jeez. With the straight, that's the right side. It got the correct side with the Ipatsumo. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Props. I'm gonna have to like restart my game or something. That was crazy hand, and it's not often you see that, but yeah, puts them in a very nice spot. I'm gonna throw out the north first since it hasn't come out yet. There was a slight momentary pause when I threw out the north, but I don't think that really meant anything. So right now we have 789 bamboos, we have 899 pins, and then 566 mon tiles. We have several floaties. This kanchan, so middleweight, as it's known as, is rough to say the least. If we happen to have like a 6 bamboo discard, that could work as a bit of a trap. maybe they'll think, oh hey, you throw out the 6, there's no way you're waiting on a 3, right? And therein lies the trap. So this, I think someone has it. Yeah, you can have it. Okay, so this works in our favor. Might want this as my pair and not this because I want the Dora here. So we'll have to throw this out. Let's see, the 9. No, throw out the 9. If someone wins off, that's unfortunate, right? It's my 7th discard because I did throw out the East earlier, but I mean they got their hand ready very quickly. Okay, that does shake things up a little bit, but not too much. Because I'm thinking, okay, now we could have like a pair weight here, or draw the 4. It's a beautiful draw. So yeah, if we draw like a 4 or a 7 mon tile or a 2/5 pin tile, we can have a pin through 2-sided weight, which is not bad. In fact, it's actually what we're looking for, so that is actually pretty good. Okay. I'm dealer. I have to put. I know this is scary looking. It looks like a half flush hand, right? I have to push it. I have to push. I'm not gonna not push. That's 4 Han on the left side there. If it's half flush. So half flush opens 2 Han, East Wind being the round winds 1 Han, red 5 is another Han, so that's 4 Han. They could have something else in their hand. There we go. And for this, we got the Ipeiko, so pure double sequence. 4 Han 30 food, dealer, 11,600 points. Yeah, perfect. So I think they probably thought that 4 was potentially safe because of the 1 mon drop, or they're just pushing their hand to try to win. Whatever the case it was, they dealt in. I think I'm gonna get rid of the 9 pin here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any support for it, but I'll keep it for now. It is the door tile. It can fit around maybe like the 7th or so discard. Drop the 1 here because we drew the 4. So 2-3 works with 1 only, but 2-3 also works with 4. While 5-6 also works with 4. So 4 opens up a lot. Okay, this is where we drop the 9. So it's still early, but it's fine. So my thought here is I'm not gonna get support for the 9, and I don't want anyone else to either. I'll drop my wind here. Okay, no one wants it, it's fine. With the 4 draw here, I'm gonna drop the 1, so that I have what's known as an all simple, aka Tanyao, an all simple hand. You don't have the 1s, you don't have the 9s, you don't have the dragons, you don't have the honors. You have none of those. Okay. Unfortunately, we dropped the double east. Preferably, a pawn of east is actually very worth it. Like Richi Tanyao, a Richi Tanyao hand rivals the triple east for me as dealer in the east round. So that's a very unfortunate discard. Perhaps I should drop the dragons first. But I'll be honest, as per usual, I was expecting someone to have it because I haven't drawn it in such a long time, right? So my expectations were not met. Drop this, so we have 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. We have 7, 4 as these are our 2 current float tiles. So as long as we draw some sort of support for either of these, we can call Ricci. We got the perfect Ricci too. So 3, 4, 5. 5 pin is our big weight. If we get the 5 pin tile, we get Sanshoku on top of our hand. But we got the Ippatsumo. Not the big weight, so this is, I think, Mangan? I think it's Mangan, right? Yeah. If we had the 5 pin instead, it was gonna be a Hanuman. So this could have been an extra 6,000 points for us. A little on the unfortunate side of things, but I can't complain against Ippatsumo, right? So this is what's known as what I like to call a bomb, a ticking time bomb. It's not great to keep unless you have more than one, because you want to have a guarantee in some sort of insurance to call it. And I don't feel like tankulating a dragon tile. Of all things, the Dragon Dora is kept sacred by players usually, unless someone else discards it. And I'll be that someone else who discards it. So right now we have our pair, we have our sequence, we have a sequence, and then if we draw 2 or... Actually, what were we looking for? We already have a pair. Let's say a 1. Alright, let's do this. It's very early. I wouldn't ever do this normally, but it's very early. So, hey, Leo's emote. You love to see it. You love to see it. So it's a very early Riichi on the 2 pin. So they can't tell. They know I'm not waiting for bamboo, or I'm most likely not waiting for bamboo. Maybe I am, but there is a good chance I'm not. 4s are gone. I throw out the 5 bamboo. I throw out the 9 and the 1. There we go. They don't know what I was aiming for, so I just took an early call. Small, but with my 2 Honba, it's 4,500 points. Once again, take out the Dora tile. When you have an honors, a Dora on the honor tile, I very much like to discard it first thing. Unless I have a pair. If I can use it, well, I will use it. You can see here, this has shaped up to be something maybe akin to like a Cheetoy. I think Toy is enough. I think Toy is more than enough for this hand. Maybe not even Toy. I could just go Tanyao. I could completely bait their expectations. And why? Because I do have a red 5 here. But I do have many pairs in my hand. In fact, if I draw the 7 or the 4, I might as well just call Riichi on the 7 pair hand. I don't think I'll get it though. I think at this point that would be very cautious of me. Like very cautious. So no Riichi. If it's 7 pairs, I won't Riichi it. I just noticed this, Riichi. I actually missed it on my first look. Okay, how about 5? You want 5? So 5 is because of, again, Tsuji. So 2, 5, 8 are the Tsuji tiles. So now we know 5 is safe. So that's good. Riichi, Pinfu, red 5, Ura, 430 Fu, and they're done. Fall right into the negatives. Alright, first game of the day. Not bad, not bad. Ended pretty early. We got plus 119. Alright. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Alright. So before I continue, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Hello, Silent Rovian. Guess I have no idea how Mahjong works. If you need any sort of like beginner-friendly explanation, I can go a quick round through here. Okay, so I like this tutorial because it has a visual demonstration for me to explain things. So quick rundown. Here are our tiles. So this shows one of each. You have 1 to 9 of the Mon-Pin Soul tiles. Soul being bamboo, by the way. So you have these tiles, and then you have the winds, so east, south, west, and north. And then what's known as the dragon tiles, white, green, and red. Now, there are 4 times each of these. So think of it like a deck of cards, right? In a deck of cards, you have the hearts, clovers, spade, and diamonds. But they're all numbered the same. You have the 1 to 10, Jack, Queen, King. You have 4 suits. Instead of suits, we just have copies. 4 copies. So that's our tile set. So that's what you gotta remember. There's just 4 types. There's 4 copies of each tile. So this is where we start. This is our starting position. Next, how do we win? Well, how do we start, right? It says here winning. How do we start? Well, you start with a hand of 13 tiles. So in a real life game of Mahjong, you shuffle the tiles, you stack them up what's known as a wall, and then each player takes their tiles until you have 13 tiles in your hand. That's how the game begins. And then it starts from dealer. Dealer draws their first tile, and they have 14. So when you start with your hand of 13 tiles, they can be anything. Because it's from the wall, from the collective pool. You can start with whatever hand. Alright. So, now that you have an idea of the total pool. So, remember, we have the sets, the 1 to 9 of the Mon tiles, the Pin tiles, the Bamboo tiles, the Winds and Dragons. Now that's the total set, and now you've picked for yourself a hand of 13. I say a hand of 13 For people who want to like think about it like deck cards, you have 13 cards in your hand. Or it's like, I don't know if anyone's played like President, Big Two, or any of those type of card games with their friends before. But it follows a very similar concept in terms of hand size. Anyways, 13 tiles, a hand of 13. So what are we looking for, right? All right, we have our hand. We know what's in the pool. What are we looking for? We are looking for sets of threes, and as you can see here, we have sequences and triplets. These are our sets of threes. You can have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. Those are all the possible sequences. A set of 3 consecutive tiles. That's what you're looking for. That's one set of 3 you're looking for. The other set of 3 you're looking for are triplets. Set of 3 identical tiles. Could be a triplet of anything. Triplet of 4s, triplet of 5, 6, 7, doesn't matter. And triplets are actually what you can only make using honors, or no, I shouldn't word it like that. Triplets are something that's you'll find pretty common when playing a game, and that's because honor tiles, so the winds and the dragons are known as honor tiles. But I'll say winds and dragons. The winds and dragons don't have a sequence in the same sense that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 does, right? You can count the numbers up or down from 1 to 9, 9 to 1. But for winds and dragons, well, they're just winds and dragons. East, south, west, north, white, red, green. There's no count sequence from there. So you'll see when people have those tiles, they'll be calling the triplets. Because you can't really make a sequence using tiles. So you can see here a triple of east. So now we know the core. I call this the core of what you're looking for. Triplets, because that's going to make up most of your hand. Pair. Now this is a special thing that rounds out the hand. If you think about it, triplets. What's the closest number of triplets you can get to a hand of 13? 4 triplets. That gives you 12 tiles. So you got your 4 triplets in your hand. You got your 5, 6, 7, your 4, 4, 4, your east, 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 your 1, 2, 3, right? You look it down here. You have all these triplets. All right, that makes up 12. But I still have an extra tile in my hand. What's up with that? That's where the pair comes in. So remember, you have your starting hand of 13. When it's your turn, you take a tile from the wall, you draw. So your hand goes from 13 tiles to 14 tiles. A winning hand has 14 tiles. There's your 14th. The 14th is the pair. So you have the rest of your triplets right here, right? And you're like, alright, I have my extra, I draw another tile. Boom! 14 tiles. Alright, so now we know you start with 13, you draw for 14, and the winning hand is 14 tiles. What if I have 14 tiles and my hand isn't a winning hand, which means I don't have my triplets, I don't have my sequences, I don't have all this plus my pair. What now? Well, you pick one of your 14 tiles that you have in your hand and you throw it out. You're saying, all right, my hand's not my hand. I'm not able to win with this hand, or I don't want to win with this hand. I need to pick a tile from my hand and say I don't want this tile. Throw it out and be like, all right, that's my turn. Once you throw out a tile, then it goes on to the next person's turn. However, there is a catch whenever you throw out a tile. Someone else, when they look at the tile, they can say, do I want that tile? I kind of want that tile. So let's say you had a pair of 5 bamboo, right? And let's say instead of this hand here, you had a pair of 5 bamboo. Hi Samuel, see you later Samuel. So you have a pair of 5 bamboo and you're like, okay, I don't want to work with this 5 bamboo. It's off on its own. I have another pair. Let's say you have a pair of Southwind, and it's like, okay, I'd rather have the Southwind pair than the 5 bamboo pair. And the rest of your hand is kind of coming along, but it's still not there yet. You're like thinking to yourself, all right, I'm going for a very specific hand, and I don't want this pair of 5. You throw out the 5 bamboo. Someone goes, Pong! Which means that they also had a 5 bamboo in their hand. And after you discard that 5 bamboo, they're taking it for themselves. And they're taking that tile. And now they have a triplet of 5 bamboo. Alright. That's one way of calling. The other way of calling is called cheat. Calling the sequence. Are there visuals for this? No, okay. So I'll just keep explaining. So, cheat. That means the person... Julio! Hola! It's been a while. Hello, welcome. So, after the cheat call, what happened? Why did they call cheat? It's because the tile that you discarded, so let's keep using our example of the 5 bamboo here. It can complete their sequence. So maybe they had a 4 and a 6 bamboo in their hand, right? And they see that 5 bamboo and they're like, oh yes, the 5 completes my 4, 5, 6 sequence. Cheat, take the tile. Haha, there's my triplet. Or not triplet, there's my set of 3. My sequence. Now, there's some extra nuanced rules to this. When you call Pong a triplet, it doesn't matter where the tile came from. If someone discards the tile and you can call Pong for a triple, call it, or you're allowed to. However, in the case of the sequence for cheat, you're only allowed to call it if the person to your left discarded that tile. So if I discard the 5 bamboo, the person across from me is not allowed to call cheat. They're not allowed to take that tile to complete the sequence. It's not for them. If the person to my left, so I discard the tile, the person to my left wants it, they cannot take it either. It must be the only person that can take it from me who's discarding it, is the person to my right. Why? Because I'm the person on their left. So if the person on my left discards a tile that can complete my sequence, then I can call cheat. So the cheat is a little bit more special and more nuanced. It's restricted, and it's to make it so that it's not super easy to call certain things. So just remember, you can only call chi if the person who discarded that tile is to your left. You cannot call chi from across, and you cannot call chi if the person who discarded it is on your right. So here it goes to kind of defines the tiles here. We have the terminals and honors. So terminals are the 1s and 9s. Honors are the winds and dragons. And all simple is simply no honor. No terminals and no honors. So 2 to 8. A hand consisting of all 2 to 8s only. So that means pairs are more powerful than 2, 3, 6 since you can pawn one, but can't for cheat. Exactly, Rovian. Exactly. So why don't everyone just hold on to pairs and just call pawn whenever? Well, that comes from the fact that there are win conditions, which we'll get to. So I'm just trying to take this as slow as I can. So here we can see chi, a call to complete a sequence. Chi can only be called by a discarded tile from the last player. A call triple pawn can be called by a discarded tile from any player. So I kind of just wanted to exemplify and nuance that. We have the special con here, but I'll get to that in a moment. Tenpai. So this is in English terms means ready to win hand. Tenpai is any hand that is 1 tile away from winning. So remember, what was our condition for winning a hand? 14 tiles. We need 14 tiles to win a hand. But remember, if your hand is only gonna be 13 tiles until you draw that tile, right? Obviously, you can win off someone else, and it's called a rong. Someone discard a tile, and you win off it. But before you can win off it, it means you were in a ready-to-win hand. You were one tile from winning. You were one tile away from achieving the full 14. So within your 13 tile hand, you have 99% of what you need for your hand, right? So remember, what's our win condition? You need 4 sets of 3s to make 12, and then a pair. In the example here, you see the 4 sets of 3s, and it has a single tile, and it's waiting for its pair. It does not have a pair yet. However, this doesn't mean this is the only way of doing it. You can also have a hand where you're missing a tile for a sequence. You're missing a tile for a triplet. It doesn't have to be the pair. That's why I want to really drive home here. The example here shows that the missing tile is the pair tile. It doesn't have to be the pair tile. It can be any one tile that completes the hand altogether. Alright. So, Kan. Kan, a set of 4 identical tiles, also regarded as a triplet open Kan. Call Kan on a discarded tile from another player. Kan, add a self-drawn. All these are like jargon you don't need to really know. What you do need to know is what a Kan is, which is essentially 4 of a kind. You have all of that one tile, all of it. Remember, when I showed the tiles earlier, remember the total pool of tiles. There's 4 copies of each. Calling a Kan means that, oh hey, all 4 copies are right here in my hand. So here's the thing about the Kan. Remember how I said you need 14 tiles to win? The Kan changes that slightly. How does it change that? Well, it adds an extra tile to your hand. So when you call a Kan, it can be closed, as it says closed Kan, call out using the same 4 tiles in the player's own hand. So let's say you draw all 4 of the same tile. So like to take an example up here, you see there's 3 east tiles here. Let's say you draw the 4th one. You call Kan, a fold Kan. So when you call tiles like Chi Pong Kan, the tile gets taken away from your hand and put to the side. These tiles can no longer be discarded. They're permanently part of your hand now. So the big takeaway is you cannot discard these tiles. They can't be touched anymore. But you put away 4 tiles from your hand. Now your hand is in a situation where it's a bit off. It's a little bit off. So say you have 13, right? And you draw your 14th tile, and you call Kan, because you put those 4 tiles away from your hand. Now you have 10 tiles in your hand, and then you discard a tile, right? But now your hand's left with 9 tiles. Is there something wrong with that? Let's do a little bit of math. 9 tiles, divide that by 3. Gives us 3, yeah? So that means you can get 3 more sets of 3s. But wait, what about the Kan? That's 4 tiles, right? Well, Kan, when it comes to the sets of 3s, count as only 1 set of 3. So when you're looking for 4 sets of 3, when you call it Kan satisfies only 1 set of 3. Alright, so we have our 3 sets of 3 in your hand, potentially, and then a set of 3 from the Kan that we called earlier. Hang on. How do we get a pair from here? We can't draw 2 tiles. What happened? Well, when you called the Khan, 1 extra tile gets taken away. And because of that, whenever someone calls a Khan, they also draw an extra tile. So, although that might be a little difficult to wrap your head around, just know that Khan just basically means, oh, I'm going to be drawing another tile because I have 4. I'm taking on an extra tile from the hand, and this information is less about the player themselves or any new players. It's more about understanding what happens when someone calls a Khan, or when you yourself calls a Khan. It's best not to be in a position where it's like, oh, you call Khan and you're like, why am I drawing another tile? It's because you're missing a tile after calling a Khan. You're short 1 tile. I'm not going to cover Ricci here, but essentially, this is a win condition. The Ricci, this is a win condition. That's all I'm going to say about it. The description here is the player has the option to declare Ricci if he has a closed hand, did not cheat opponent, or did not call an open Khan, and is in Tenpai. So Ricci is basically betting, hey, I'm in. I have a ready to win hand, so the Tenpai. I won't change my hand anymore. I have my winning tiles. If I see it, I'll take it. The thing about Ricci though is that you have to bet 1,000 points. If you bet 1,000 points, although it tells the entire table you're in a ready to win position, you're allowed to win off someone else's discard, and this is important because of something known as win conditions. Do I want to cover Fujiten right now? I'll cover that after. Okay. So, win conditions. What are they? Essentially, it's a set of rules that's stacked on top of what I've explained earlier, the 14 tiles. So it's not so, because of calling, as you've understood earlier about calling the sequences, calling the triplets. There are things known as win conditions that you must satisfy in order to complete your hand properly. If you do not satisfy at least 1 win condition, you cannot win your hand. Now, these are known as yakus in Ricci Mahjong, and this is specifically for Ricci Mahjong anyways. But there is a whole yaku overview. So here, there's a lot. As I scroll down here, you can kind of just see. And then these 3 are special. These are known as not yakus. It's just, they're just worth more points when you win. But you can't win off of it by itself. So occasionally, as I scroll down, you can see something known as men zenchin only. That's just Japanese for closed hand. So it's kind of like in the top here, when you have tenbai ready hand at men zenchin, closed hand. So it means you haven't called any tiles. So there are a lot of hands that you can only win if it's closed. It cannot be open. Two-han, you can see. And then there's also certain win conditions that are worth less points when you open them. But you can win with it and still open your hand. That's the big thing. I'm just scrolling through here. Alright. So these are the win conditions. The most common ones are going to be the ones from the one han and two han section. So one han, Ricci, as we covered earlier, talks about how you have a ready to win hand, and you're only 1 tile away, and it's been closed the whole time. You haven't called any tiles. You call Riichi, and you're ready to go, and that is worth a point. Or a Han. I call these points to make it a little bit easier. Since the scoring system is pretty complicated at the lower values. Once you get higher values, they start being flat values, and you don't have to think too much about it. Luckily, it's just at the lower values where things get a little bit complicated, but not too much. The first 3 Han, well, sometimes 4, are where the numbers get a little complicated. Once you hit 5 plus Han, so once your hand is worth at least 5 Han, the scoring system is very, very simple. But before I talk about scoring, let's go over some of the more commonly seen hands people might be going for. Riichi being the most obvious one, because in order to Riichi, or when you declare Riichi, you're announcing that you're ready to win. All simples. So as you can see, this can be open, it can be closed, up to you. It's simply a hand that does not have any 1s, it does not have any 9s, it does not have any of the wind tiles, and it does not have any of the dragon tiles. This is known as an all simple hand. It's a win condition that restricts your hand to specifically the number tiles between 2 and 9. It doesn't matter what suit you have, as long as your tiles are between 2 and 8. Did I say 2 to 9? I think I did. My bad. Sorry. 2 to 8. As long as it's between 2 to 8, or within the bounds of 2 to 8, to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As long as your winning hand only consists of these number tiles, that's a win condition, and it's worth 1 point. 1 Han. Fully concealed hand. Win a hand by Tsumo, drawing the winning tile. So Tsumo, it means you drew your winning tile at Menzenchin, meaning your hand's fully closed. So, is there a difference between fully concealed hand and Riichi? Well, yes. The act of Riichi is announcing to the table, I'm ready to win. Fully concealed hand is winning on your draw. So they're 2 separate win conditions, and can be done separately. So for Riichi, you can win off someone else's tile, but for fully concealed hand, you must draw it yourself. But for fully concealed hand, you do not need to call Riichi. You do not need to tell your opponents, I'm ready to win. Instead, you can just say, wait until you get you draw your winning tile and say, hey, I win, Sumo. Alright. Something that's pretty common for a lot of players too is called Pinfu. When I have with 4 sequences, so here's remember about sequences, right? You can't they're more restricted when it comes to compared to triplets. However, with Pinfu, it's even more restrictive. What you're looking for is 4 sequences and a pair that is a non-Yakuhai pair. So, what does that mean? Here we go. This is where we're going back to the tutorial. Yakuhai. What is a Yakuhai? Yakuhai contains 3 kinds of triplets: Prevalent Wind, Seat Wind, and Dragon Tiles. And what is a Yaku? A win condition. Alright, so what's the Prevalent Wind? Prevalent Wind is also known as the round wind. So whenever you start a game, you start with the east wind, so east round, and it goes around, and the dealer is the east player, and each player goes around the table once. Each player becomes dealer once. And if you as a dealer, hey Tentacle, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So each player becomes dealer. If you as a dealer win your hand, it's what depending on the rule set, you can go into what's known as a bonus hand, a dealer's bonus, as it's known as. And So this means that the round does not change. It's still going to be that round. So the rounds are numbered as East 1, 2, 3, 4. So East 1, East 2, East 3, East 4. And if there's any bonus round, you add bonus to that. So it's East 1, bonus 1. East 2, bonus 2. Or bonus 1. East 3, bonus 1. East 4, bonus 1. And then if you keep winning as dealer, that bonus number goes up. East 1, bonus 2. East 1, bonus 3. So on and so forth. Round win. So that's the round win. So in the first set rotation, it's east. In the second rotation, it's south. So think of it like the compass. It's going counterclockwise on the compass, starting at east. East, south. And then for most games, it's going to end at south. If you're playing that far, anyways. Some games will end at east. Those are known as east games. I generally play south games. So usually we get to south round. Sometimes we'll have the rules where players, someone on the table needs to have a certain amount of points. Hi, Yuki. So these amount of points must be reached. If it hasn't reached by the end of the 8th, or I say 8th, by the end of the predetermined number of rounds, so for East Room, it's everyone's been East once, or if it's South Room, everyone's been South already, and people haven't reached that scoring, then you go into what's known as overtime, which enters West Wind for South Rooms, or South Wind for East Rooms. And let me just hydrate. Alright. Overtime will end immediately when someone reaches the minimum score for winning, or if no one does by the end of the overtime. So you only get to be dealer one more time in overtime, and that's it. By the end of that, game's done. So that is all about the rounds, and that in itself, and that's what round wind is, the prevalent wind. That is a win condition and worth 1 Han on its own. Seat wind is basically where you're sitting. If you're sitting on the east, on east round, then you have the east tiles, well, that's your seat wind, but that's also your round wind. So it's worth 2 Han because you have 2 1 Han win conditions. But otherwise, it could be south, it could be, west, north, whichever. Wherever your seat is, that wind is your seat wind, and it's worth 1 Han. It's worth, it's a win condition, specifically tailored to you. Now, the dragons. Remember the dragons? White, green, and red. These work with all players. It doesn't matter who has them. Anyone can have them. A triplet of the dragons will give you a win condition. So why are Yakuhai... Why do we specify a page or so much attention to the Yakuhais? It's because it's one of the very rare specific win conditions where you only need these 3 tiles in your hand, or opened up your hand. It can be closed or open, so these can be closed or open, doesn't matter, and it allows you to win your hand. So after having a 3 of these, your round wind, your seat wind, or the dragon tiles, you have 3 of those. The rest of your hand can be whatever it wants as long as it satisfies our original win condition, which is the 4 sets of 3s in a pair. The rest of your hand can be whatever it wants, and you're allowed to win whenever, as long as it completes the hand. Now, a lot of players will try to build their hand to include the Yakuza that they can, and include something like maybe they're going for one of the two Han hands, known as, where is it? The half outside hand, right? So this one is a hand where every sequence, triplet, and pair contains at least one terminal tile, and they say terminal, it can be also honors, terminal honors. The dragon tiles have to match the seat or round color as well to be. No. So dragon tiles can be for whoever. The dragon tiles are for whoever. Just like how the wind tile, the round wind tile, can also be for whoever. So if it's the east round, anyone can win off of that. But if it's the south round, you'll need the south tiles. So the wins will be dictated by your seat and what round it is. Meanwhile, the dragons are just whatever. Dragons are like, hey, cool. We're dragons. You have 3 of me. You're allowed to win. The wins needs to have they have a bit of a restriction, but dragons have no restrictions. They look cool. Yeah, agreed. Okay, why is the East 2 round in that picture green then? It's because this is in the middle of the table. Here, let me get to a log to show this. Let's view our last game here. So let's go into, so you can see here this table, they basically cropped a screenshot here. You can see the East 1 right here. So this indicates the round and the number, because for a 4-person room, the number of times a round can be up to, without accounting for the bonus rounds, is 4. 1 for each person. So we have East 1, and here we have East 1 bonus round 1, and then we have East 2. So do note, dealer is East, so East here, South, West, North. Once it switches to East 2, the seating changed. East, South, West, North. Person to my left is now East. Person to my left is now dealer. Now I'm dealer. East 3. Oh, this is where I crush them, right? Oh, the game never went into South. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Oh, this is a terrible VOD then. No. Let's do this one. Okay. So here, East 1, you can see the East, South, West, North, East, East, South, and stuff like that. But once you head to the, let's head to the South. So here we can now see it's South 1, and I'm South seat. So for me, South wind is very valuable because it satisfies both my round wind, but also my seat wind. But yeah, dragons don't care who they're on. Dragons work with everyone at any point in time. Yeah, no. The font colors themselves don't actually have any specific meaning to gear to them. Okay, so let's go over after. So let's say, hey, I finally have a win condition. Why can't I win, right? Why can't I win off someone else? Well, unfortunately for you, my friend, you have something called either no yaku or furiten. If you can't win but with a ready to win hand. Alright, so let's go over no yaku first. What does that mean? Very simple. You have no win condition. maybe you opened up your hand, and you don't satisfy any of the win conditions for any of the hands that are allowed to open. You do not have your seat win. You do not have your round win. You do not have a dragon. Let's see. Your hand is not all triplets. Your hand is not, what else? You don't have a pierce straight in your hand. You don't have a half outside hand. You don't have a mixed triple sequence. So that is no Yaku. When you have your sets of threes, but you don't satisfy the win conditions. So be consistent is all I can say about that. But that's also why the Yaku has is so important, right? 3 tiles, and they let your hand be wherever they want afterwards. You just need these 3 tiles. That's why Yakuhai are so specific. They require so much attention. They allow for a player to build their hand however they wish. So it can be very little that Yakuhai can be their win condition, and their only win condition. So it's worth 1 Han, 1,000 points, or if they're dealer, 1,500 points. Or it could be something much bigger. Maybe the rest of the hand satisfies multiple other win conditions. Boom! Very deadly. Alright. So that's the no Yaku. But what about Furiten? What's Furiten? Furiten is when your hand is. So what is Furiten? Not how you get into Furiten, but what is Furiten? Furiten is when you are in a spot where you cannot win off another player's discard anymore. You must win off self draw. You can only Tsumo on a Furiten. So how do we get here? Here it exemplifies 3 ways. First one is discard Furiten. A player previously discarded any potential winning tiles in their current hand. So here you can see this player's winning tile is 1 and 4, with 1 being no Yaku, so they cannot win. And as you can see from the hand here, it looks like they call it a triplet of 2 pins, and the rest of their hand is all tiles between 2 and 8. This is trying to satisfy the win condition of all simple, Tanyao, an all simple hand. So the 1 can't fit. The 1 means that you no longer have a win condition because you suddenly have a 1 in your hand. 4 will, however, satisfy this. But it's Furiten because even though you can't win on 1, it's still a possibility with the hand shape. So the hand shape might be a little confusing at first, but here's the gist of it. You have 2-3 looking for a 1-4, you have a pair of 4. So even though you have the 2-3-4 and you're looking for your pair, right? Your 4. Because the hand can also be written in a different way, thus leading to 1-4 weight. And if you look in the discard pool of this player, you see that 1 bamboo is already over here. They discarded it much earlier. This means that they're not allowed to win off of other players who discard the 4 bamboo. They must draw it themselves. A simple solution, by the way, to this type of dilemma, because it's an open hand, discard the 4 bamboo and look for a different pair elsewhere. But that's something that you kind of learn as you play. Temporary Furiten. So here we get to a bit more nuanced, a bit more special location types of Furiten. A player is in temporary Furyton if for a turn if a potential winning tile is discarded and the player did not call it. Temporary Furyton is removed after the player discards the tile. So basically, as you can see in the picture here, you can see that tile. Wrong. So you can see their hand, they have the Yakuhai, the green dragon. So their hand can be whatever it wants. And it looks like they're going for an all triplets hand. We can't see what they've called already because we can assume they've called since there's only a possibility of 3 sets of 3s in their hand and then a pair. But we can assume that they made a call because of their hand, the number of tiles in their hand. So basically, what ends up happening is you can see over here, they skipped. So they hit the skip button that's in gray over here, and they decided, hey, I don't want to win off you. So it could be for reasons like they want to draw it themselves. And why would you want to draw it yourself? Well, in this specific scenario, if they draw it themselves, they will have what's known as san anko, which is a jargon terminology meaning 3 concealed triplets. So it makes their hand worth a bit more points. So that's one reason to do it. Another reason to it is because they don't want to target that player. They either want to draw it themselves and win it off that, so they get points from all players, or they want to target someone else. Maybe the dealer, maybe person to their left. Stuff like that. It could also be an accident. That happens too. Alright. Now the more unfortunate one. Of Richi Furiten. A player is in Richi Furiten if a potential winning tile was discarded and he did not call it after he declared Richi. Richi Furiten cannot be removed. So this is a bit of a special case which isn't explained here, but essentially temporary Furiten can be mixed into a Richi Furiten in the sense that if you call Richi and you don't run off of someone else's tile after you've called Richi, you're in permanent Furiten. You're no longer in temporary Furiten. Even if you discard another tile, it doesn't remove it. You're still in Furiten. So just be careful about that. It doesn't explain it here, but that's actually what happens. So if you call Richi, prepare to just win off wherever. Otherwise, what you're saying to yourself is you're going to win off a self-draw only. Right. So let me open up a new window here, or a new tab. Can I have audio again? There was 0 sound coming from my game, and that was a little weird. There we go. There's the voices. There's the sound effects. There's my game. Alright, so let's put things into practice here. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 dun dun da dun dun. Alright. Okay, so okay, first things to note. Remember, east, as the game starts, it's east, and then we're west wind. Look at our hand here. We have 6, 7, 8. We have 3, 4. We have 1 here. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. 1, 1. Oh, so much she has. Excuse me. So remember, what we're looking for. A pair and lots of sequences. So why did I discard that one bamboo? Why did I discard my pair? It's because I drew another pair here. And I want to incorporate this into my hand. So why did I do that? The possibility of an all simple hand. That's about it, really. It's just the possibility. Is it worth to push it? Not really, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm actually gonna drop this. I'd rather have the 2-5 here for this possible trip sequence, whereas for this, I'm okay with keeping this in a pair. I want this, like, I want this to work out somehow. So if I draw like a 4, for example, I might just drop the 2. And why? It's because this whole setup here is really weird and wonky. Like if I draw the 6, I'm probably gonna drop the 3-4 here. Actually, the 5-6 might be a safer drop because the person across from me has called the green dragon, so we can tell that they're in a better ready to win position. Oh. Okay, so that changes. This changes things. And what I want is to have this as my pair now. So that means that I can drop an 8 pin and wait for the 6-9. Yeah. Actually, no, I wouldn't have drawn this without dropping the 2. Okay. Yeah, so 4-5. Drop the 1. I don't need it. I might drop the 5. It'd be a bit sad to do that, though. I mean, the whole point of holding this was so I could use it. Let's open up my hand. Alright, the person across from me got it. It's a big hand too, it looks like. Yeah, so they had 4 Dora tiles, so their hand went up to 5 Han, which is a Mangan. 8,000 dealer, you give 50% more points. And that is 12,000 points. So as you can see there, that is the number. That is the thing about the green dragon. Their hand could be anything he wanted it to be, or they wanted it to be, and they just kind of kept tiles that would have been worth a lot of value. It's kind of unfortunate, but with the way I was playing it, I was planning on discarding that 5-6 eventually. It's a shame that I did it so late. I was kind of holding on to see how my hand should have built up, right? I wanted to maybe potentially draw 4-7 to complement that possible sequence. Hey, K-Cabs. How you doing? I got nothing, dude. What is this? I got nothing. Tired? Hope you feel energetic soon. Feel better, friend. What kind of drop? Drop the 9s. They don't do anything in my head right now. 8 does though. If I can draw the 8 mon. There's only 2 left. I don't know if this is safe. I want to call that, but I don't know if this is safe. If it's not safe, then we'll push. Okay. It was a 1-4 weight, with the 1 being the bigger side. I'm just feeding. It's fine. It happens. Happens. I'm just like normally you wouldn't push hands like those, but my hand was worth, I think, maximum 3 Han. Right? It was Tanya Dora too. So that's fine. And I say it's fine, even though we've dealt into 2 hands now. It's because there's always a chance to come back, right? So never give up hope. We have 2 really nice sequences, and overall nice tiles. I want support over here, not over here. We're not dealer yet, so you can wait. You can wait. Again, I don't want support on this side. I want support on this side. This is worth more points than this side. Obviously, if I want to win faster, I go for this side, but I don't want to go for that side. Let's see. The possible tiles that can help the 3 here are the 1s, 2s, 4, 5s, and the 1s are all there. That's funny. 6, 5, 8, 9. The real tiles that we actually need is 4, 7, and they're just not coming. If we went that way. So what am I holding on for right now? I'm looking for support here, and here, if I get like a 2 or 4, even a 3, I can drop the 3 here for it. But if I draw like another 3 bamboo here, wow. The Yakuhai. See, east. So when you have the round and the seat wind like that, your hand can be whatever it wants. So we have our seat wind, and we have a lot going for this hand. So let's try to win some points back for us. We're at 4,300 points. It can be worse. It can always be worse. So I'm calling Pong. Why? It's because I'm going to try to go for an all triple hand here. All triplets. Not only am I going for all triplets, I'm also going for half flush. What's taking you so... Oh, they're contemplating. They want to push this. They don't want that tile in their hand. They're like, does this person want it? No. Unfortunately, I do not. So this can look a little scary for players. It's like, oh, what are they going for, right? It's almost clearly a half flush hand, especially with these type of discards here. So with the two of the white dragons gone, I can't make a triplet with the white dragon anymore, so it's not really worth that much points for me. I could try to keep it to try to like fish for a pair, but it's probably not happening, so yeah. This is also probably not happening, so let's drop that too. Oh, my 7's also not happening, huh? That's unfortunate. It's very curious that the person over here is just pushing all the pin tiles, despite seeing that I've been calling the pin tiles. They're playing with calculated aggression. The person to my left doesn't want to push any pin tiles. I'm just gonna push. Ah, negatives. That ends the game. Yep, I was in a tough spot. So... That's kind of what happens when you like just blindly push. Normally you want to defend. You don't want to just blindly push. So what's defending? It's basically when you see someone else play like certain tiles and you're just like, okay, I'm not gonna push my hand any further. I don't care about the sets of threes in my hand anymore. I don't care about any of that. If I see a tile is safe, I'm throwing it out. That's defending. That's full force defending. You can kind of prioritize certain tiles against players. But I just kind of blindly pushed all the way through. And, I mean, I paid for it, right? It was like, oh, these are most likely going to deal in, whatever. So I'm just doing what I consider the basics here. Cutting off the honor tiles because I don't plan on using any of them. And then we move on to cutting off certain other tiles. I want to keep the Dora, but it has come back to bite me a couple times now. When throwing out certain sequences, like edge tiles, if you're not planning on using them at all, throw out the tiles that are closer to the middle. They're considered more dangerous. So you want to get them out earlier rather than later. Wait, that's Yamaneko. What? Excuse me? I know I don't have exclusive property to this name, but excuse me? Do I have to ban you again? What is opai? That's just Japanese for breasts. This isn't the first time I've banned you off my channel, buddy. Remove. We don't need that kind of thing. Kind of talk around these parts. And let's clear out chat. Okay. At this point, I'm just gonna throw this out. This is worth more points, so if someone takes it, they might want to wait and try to wait and win off of it, so I'd rather just not have it in my hand. Okay, I'm gonna pivot away from what I was doing earlier and see if I can go push a all simples hand. At this point, it's getting very late into the game. I'm dealer. I want to stay dealer, right? So to do so, I'm gonna have to win my hand. Eins! Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Going alright, I must say. Ah, there it is. Remember when I talked about discarding the door earlier? I thought it was gonna be a little dangerous. So you got discarded early. I discarded pretty late. But it paid off. Okay, so... It has been nice, it has been. Alright, so let's take stock of our hand. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 5, 6, 2, 3, and 2, 4 here. So so let's see. So this 3 is a floating tile. This 7's a floating tile, even though this is worth a lot of points. This 8's a floating tile. And now we have a floating east. By floating, it means they're just kind of on their own. They're not really participating in our hand at the moment. So what we're looking for is support for these floating tiles, if we can. I want to throw the 3 away, because we don't really need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we have 2 sets of 3s here already. So we can actually drop this 8. If we draw like a 7, for example, that wouldn't be too bad. We could get a win condition known as Pierce Straight. Ooh, that would have helped. Too late. I already threw it. Otherwise, that 2-3 is a very nice thing to keep in my hand, actually. I'm very sad it's gone. But that is how it goes sometimes. Preferably, I was going to discard the 8, and then probably going to discard the 2, 4. I see, Eins, I see. I look outside my window, and outside's like still 0 degrees Celsius. Oh, take that back. It's minus 3 degrees Celsius. Okay, we're gonna drop the 4-2 now. It's because we have support on this side. And preferably, what kind of support I actually want is a second 7 bamboo. That's not bad. Not great, by the way. It's just not bad. We draw 4 here. That's actually pretty bad for us. So I'm dropping the 8 now. Because, so look at the 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all gone. Look at the 7s. 1. So there's only 3 7s left. And then 2 of the 8s are gone. So there's only 1 8 left. So support for that side is very unlikely. Sometimes I drop dragon tiles and it comes up in my hand again and again. Yeah. So sometimes if you drop dragons, you're making the conscious decision to say, I'm not going to be using dragons. Sometimes it'll come back to bite you and be like, hey, why don't you want me? Take more of me. But that is a conscious decision you had to make. Other times, you wait. You hold on to the dragon and say, alright, I might draw another one. There's a chance, not saying it's likely, but there's a chance. So I'm going to hold on to this until later, until I see someone else start dropping them. And once I can't use them anymore, that's when I drop them. That's also a way to do it. Because the 7s are gone. So I definitely want definitely want 6 or 8 bamboo here to have this keep this in my hand. That might be wrong. I think that's wrong. Oh my goodness. That was wrong. I should have just kept it. Just keep this. Probably should have discarded like this or something. If we get to call, so they drop a 6 or an 8 bamboo, I'm just gonna call and enter Tenpai, because it is the end of the round right now. No, they just win. Have outside hand, mix triple sequence. Well, would you look at that? We're back to even. Wow. Alright, catch you later, Ryans. What is this hand shaping up to be? Looks... It's gorgeous, for one. Drop this, have this as my pair. I think that's wrong. It is very sparkly tentacle, you're correct. Let me draw like a 3/6 bamboo or something. Maybe a 6. I want 6. Not the 9. If we draw like a 4 or a 6, I'm dropping the 4 so that we're in Tenpai. We're just not drawing anything. Oh boy. Again, remember about to talk about the dragons? I don't care about dragons. I make the conscious effort to not care about them for this hand. Why? This is an all simple hand. Okay. I'm not gonna call Riichi. I don't want to let everyone know, hey, I'm ready to win. See? Boom! Big hand! Look at all those shiny tiles. Look at all those shiny tiles. That's a very easy big hand right there. So that's the perk of not calling Riichi even though you can. You don't announce to the table that you're ready to win. Once you open your hand though, then not much of a choice really for anything. But big Tanyao, yes. Big Tanyao. I don't want to give this up. It has no support right now. There's my con. Okay. Okay. Come on, let me draw support. Let me draw the support for my 5. Please. I got shiny tiles galore once again. Wait, Southwind call? That's a big moment right there. So that restricts their hand quite a bit. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. 255. That's a beautiful way. So what's happening here? Well, it's because I have 2 Shampoo with the possibility of this being my pair already, right? And then just finishing a possible sequence over here. So 2-5. Bam, bam. Self call kind of tells me this is like some Chanta. or half flush type hand. It's not really sure what they're looking for. Oh, Toy Toy could be all triplets. Right. Could be also all triplets. And why did I say this? Because the South doesn't satisfy wind condition in their hand. They're North Wind? Yeah, so they're going for all triplets. Come on, let me win. Please, this is a nice hand. This is a very, very nice hand. Please. Please. There's a good number of tiles too. It's not like I don't have a good number of tiles here. Come on. Really? How unfortunate, right? It ends like this. Who has my tiles? Wow. They just went for Tenpai. They weren't even in a. They didn't have a hand that could actually win. They just had Tenpai. So that kept the 5. And then the other, I think the other two just kind of decided not to play anything. Not to play anything dangerous, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what their hand was. Probably some sort of sequence. Ah, so unfortunate. Our hand was so close. We could have went straight to 40k points there. That would have been so nice. That makes you question what this is. What is this? I should just go into 2-4. So when I discard 2-4, I plan on discarding Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? I have 5 triplets? Alright, we're doing it. We're going for what's known as a 7-pair hand. I can't make a call with 7 pairs. The South call? If it was Toy Toy, if they had Toy Toy, they did. So the thing about Exhaust is that it doesn't matter if you can win or not. They could have no Yaku, but as long as your hand is Tenpai, then you're fine for the Exhaust. But no, they could not. They had their hand was no Yaku. It was Tenpai without Yaku. Now that's a Yaku right there. It also looks like a half flush. Okay, they're too close. I can't push these two tiles. I can't push these two. That is very brave against this. Boom. Half flush. 330 fu, 3,900 points. So here, because I'm Northwind, so I'm forced to deal out. I'm actually gonna hold on to this tile and wait till it comes out. If it never comes out, we're never dealing it out. That's the golden rule here. This tile is too. If I was dealer right now, that would have went out first. That is how I play Mahjong. Isn't it too risk? So if I'm dealer, that goes out first, and if someone calls immediately, that's that. But now that I'm holding this in my hand, it's pretty much me saying it's never coming out unless someone else deals it out. So if someone else deals it out, then I know I can also deal it out, like that. Now that's out, I can also deal it out. So why specifically in this case? Well, it's because Toyman, the person across from me, dealt out the tile they drew. They didn't call this, and they just discovered what they drew, so they didn't change their hand. So I know they don't need it. Meanwhile, Kanisha, the person to my left, called that tile, so I also know they don't need the green dragon. So that means these don't need it, and person to my right discarded it, so they don't need it. So no one needs it. I can discard it freely, while no one really needs it at the moment. Maybe down the line, someone's going to draw two of them. They could draw one, they only see one on the field, and be like, okay, I want to keep it. And then draw a second one. Suddenly it's dangerous, right? I have too many pairs. I need to start discarding certain tiles. And I don't want to discard any more bamboos, aside from 9 bamboos. 9's the only safe... Okay, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. It's a Tanyao hand. That is perfectly fine. I got so scared of this hand over here, because I was like, what are they doing? It's like, that's 2 bamboo sets of 3s, right? It's like, oh, is that a full flush? That's an open full flush is 500. That's 8,000 points, and their dealer, that's 12,000 points. So I was doing my best not to deal into that, but I mean, if it's a 1-han hand, even if it's dealer, that's at most 1,500 points. So I could really care less about 1-han hands even from dealer. We're not in a position where we can splurge points, but we're definitely in a position where we don't have to forcibly push. So I'm going to discard the 8 here, and that's because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs already. So I'm just going to be cutting off certain tiles that don't really want. Again, going with the 7-pair hand. Oh, that's unfortunate. I threw out a pair. That's why 7 pairs is actually pretty difficult to make a lot of the time. You'll just never know what you draw. And sometimes you just be discarding all the different pairs, and you're just like, no, come back. My pairs. Drew a triplet. So I think I'm gonna pivot to an all triplet hand. I can open that one up. It's worth 2 Han. Oh my goodness. Cry a little, cry a lot. When you're going for certain hands and then you discard something that fits perfectly in that certain hand, it's like, oh man. So what I'm gonna do now is pivot into what's known as an all simple hand. So it's like, wait, Tsubasa, what are you doing? Why are you pivoting to a all simple hand? What happened to your all triplets, all your 7 pairs? Yeah, well, this is happening up here. So why didn't it take that Richie, right? It's like, hey, you could be calling for a 3-pin. Yes, I could be calling for that 3-pin. Or I could not be calling for that 3-pin. Boom! And now I don't give out a free 1,000 points. Yeah, this is dangerous. I want to like try to push and try to race the person across from me, but at the same time, I don't want to accidentally give them more points, right? So race in moderation. Push in a way which won't penalize you too hard. Okay, I'm gonna drop my 9s now. Again, whenever I get a chance to do Tanyao, it's perfectly fine to push for it. I don't have that many honors nor terminals, so I can just get rid of them. I already have my other pair, right? Even over here. Oh, that's perfect. So I can even get rid of my 7 here. I do need, if I draw like a 7-pin, I can drop 7, wait for 5-8. It's a very beautiful hand, if I could do that. But that requires me to draw the 7, which probably won't happen. If I draw the 5, I can drop the 8. I mean, it's sad to drop 3 9s, right? But that kills Tanyao. That kills possibility of Pinfu, which is a possibility of my current hand. So stuff like that, you have to be one has to be aware of at all times. It's like, oh, do I want Pinfu? Do I want Tanyao? Tanyao Pinfu, Richi, stuff like that. If you keep in mind these type of things as you keep playing more and more, and it becomes more like second nature. Then it makes it a lot easier. But here, I'm doing a Kanchan weight. I'm doing a middle tile weight. So I'm definitely not getting Pinfu, because Pinfu requires a 2-sided weight for a sequence, also known as Ryanmen. Now, normally I would probably... Yuki, let me the Tsubasa, what? What? No. I'm a dirty Pinfu farmer, okay, Yuki? Even though I haven't farmed Pinfu in the longest time now. I should rename myself to the dirty Tanyao farmer. The Richi Tanyao farmer, that's why I am. Yeah, but probably should have. Oh, okay, that's not good, but it's better than deal in. Much better than dealing in. Hey Kazuma, it's been a while, friend. So, it's a Richi race, and Toyman currently has a big hand. Their value is at least 12,000 because they're a dealer. So we gotta be careful. Gotta be real careful. No! No! Am I dead? Oh. Okay. Woo! Yeah! Richi, all simple, red 5. Is it worth it? I mean, we won, right? But it's very risky. Hey, Nikaido. Rumi bro. Okay, I'm getting rid of this pronto. If you're wondering why I got rid of the Dora, the Dora dragon, it's first or second discard, I always get rid of it. If I'm third or fourth, I wait. Did my VTuber? This is my. I did a slight update to it, but is it an upgrade? I'll let the viewers decide. I just want to change the pace. This happened a long time ago, actually. But yeah, glad you noticed. Bro, or Nikaido Rimbro, thanks. I don't think I'm a J level player. I play with the flow. And that means I take it wherever it takes me.
G.
We can. I am giving up the sand. Yeah, no, I'm giving up the sand. I'm giving up the sand. Maybe not yet. Maybe we have a chance. We're Ishanten. Alright.
あれれ私もしかして1位
I never pushed that. That was Pinfu. I would have just Damatened it. Maybe they wanted to try for first place. Like if that hit me, that was first for them. I think. No, it's not. Even if that hit me, that wasn't. Yeah. I guess they were hoping for an Ura. Let me use the washroom. Be right back. I drank a little much. Alright, I'm back. Let me expert 3 congrats in advance. I'm 3 first places away. I'm not getting there today. Watch me. I feed too hard. Look at that. Minus 141. Talk about feeding, right? But if they hit me with that hand, a direct hit with Ura 1, that would have been enough to secure them first place. I Damaten that regardless, though. Personally, I'm not. It's very. The odds were not in their favor, so. Ooh, wrong discard. East should have gone first. Not punished. Alright. Also very deadly. Wow, that's a fast Ricci. Fast. You do not want to start the game off like that. Oh, they had, it was 3 Han and then they landed in Ura, making it reach 4 Han. Crazy. Always happens to no, you gotta... I stand by my rule. If I want to climb, I got to play better Ori. Or, in other words, I have to avoid dealing in at all costs. If I wish to climb. Jite, hello! Ohio! Oh, does it? Is that what happens in Jade? I don't play in Jade. I'm curious. Like, I'm definitely curious, right? Look at this bait. Look at this marvelous bait. You think it's gonna be a half-lush 3 Han hand? No. This is a Yakuhai 1 Han hand. Really? Wow. Oh no, you know what? It's because I just got a 6. That's why. That's why I just got the 6. They're like, oh yeah. All right, the bait's done. There's no way I'm actually going for full flush. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I could have gone for it. I actually could have gone for it. That's actually funny. That's really funny. Well, all the montage are just gone at this point. That's so funny. Montiles, pin tiles. Alright. What do you mean ringtail? How is that clearly a soul? Alright. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong there. I can't even refute that. I mean. Who knows? It could have been a Tonki pin weight, right? What is this hand, by the way? I've been discarding on autopilot this whole time. Kamicho's not having a great time, by the way. They got Ron twice already.
Beat.
Alright, catch you later, Nimbo. Thanks for dropping by, friend. Great seeing ya. They're not on a Penchon wait, right? Okay.
G. Run.
Four seven two. 4-7 Mon 2 pin weight. If I didn't bail, I actually could have won that. But yeah, no, I wasn't planning on potentially dealing in right there. I'm in full defense mode right now. It is finally my dealership though, so maybe we can make something happen. Maybe. My hand's not coming together, by the way, so looks like we're about to give up our East dealership. Three's a punish. Man, look at these discards. Where's this hand? Oh, it's a little upsetting. I can't believe we drew it. I can't believe we drew it. It's the last one.
Run.
It doesn't even matter. Hey, Rin! How's it going? How you doing? We're doing just fine over here. Still east. Drop east first. Okay. What is this? Ryan Shanten? Ryan Shanten. Okay, okay. You good? Nice. Great to hear. Great to hear. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well for myself right now. It's a chillax week, so I don't have to stress too hard. But I still have things I gotta do. So I was thinking maybe play, 5 games maybe? We'll see, we'll see. So roughly around there. We can drop this. Drop this side. Drop the 1. Drop the 6, drop the 1. This gives me 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 6, 6, 8, 8. I don't like these weights. Need a different pin tile, please. It's not a pin tile. Give me a pin tile. 7? 7's a very good pin tile. Three, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 8. Drop the 6. That's fine. They're in dead last, so what is that? 1 hun? 2 hun. They need some points. They need some points. I need some points. I haven't won a single hand yet. I just throw the Dora. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with it. Hey, look, we're in Ishanten. How about that? How about that? I'm willing to reach your Shampoo weight. It's Richie Dora 1. I'll take the Ryamen weight. 36. Wow. Alright, we lose. Please don't be pots. That's all I beg of you. That could have been real bad. That could have been real bad. E-pots on the Dora tile? Oof. Could have been real scary. No, but that chase, we're gonna lose this Riichi race. I can feel it. What'd I tell ya? It's also the winning tile for me. We tried. We tried. Okay, so South is Dora. It's our tile too, so it's not bad. How do we turn this around? No, this is good. Yeah, I'm always trying to avoid 4th, right? That's been my mantra the whole time. Doesn't mean I follow it all the time, but if actually my mantra is if I want to climb, avoid last. That's if I want to climb. Oh, okay. You don't climb by being in last. That's what I've learned.
Oh.
In case anyone's wondering, I've committed myself to Cheetoy. Gosh, this is scary. Why is a dealer called North? That's also something I don't understand. Alright, thanks for dropping by. Have a wonderful rest. Have a good night. Okay. So they're looking for Montiles, almost certainly. Not a single Montile discard. So that's half flush for Montiles. They probably have Self in their hand. That's probably what they have. I think it's time to drop the 5s. Maybe the 2s? 2s. Okay, we have all the discards we need. This is guaranteed safe. I'm the last one to discard it. Wait, what? When everyone decides to bail. What? That was actually pretty unexpected. Give me the 2 bamboo. You're kidding, right? Oh, man. Actually gave me the 2 bamboo. Now, if I can get the 4 bamboo, that completes this pure straight. That gives me 2 Han. But 7 still gives me Pinfu. It's 2 Han less, So 4 bamboo is my big winning. It is the big winning tile right there. So if I can get that 4, that'd be great. Alright, fine. Just don't be the E-pots, please. Nice. Nice! It's the right side. Richi, Pimfu, Pure Straight, 430 Fu. Ah, beautiful. That is beautiful. Thanks, Kazuma.
Oh, それポン。
Huh, all the 4 pins are leaving. All the 5 pins are leaving. Wow. Okay.
Richi, 楽しみ。
Go for the guaranteed safe tile first. Whatever happens next happens. Alright, see you later, Tentacle. Thanks for dropping by, friend. Hope you have fun with your practice on your digital drawing. Wow. We're in Tenpai.
ズモ、全部ちょうだい。
Ah. Big hand. It was a 1478.
ピンフ、ドラ2、ドラ。
6 hands. So that's a Hanuman. 12,000 points. Ah, my points! We're 1 tile away from Tenpai for 7 pairs.
G です。
K-caps, no. I'm breaking my 7 pairs. Can you guess what hand I'm making? Feels bad? Kinda. Just a little bit.
リーチロンですわごめん遊ばせ
2-5 pin. That helps me more than it does anyone else at the moment. Puts me that much closer to first place. Alright, so plan is don't deal in. Don't get overtaken by third. It's a very close game at the moment. Very close game. Really? Okay. No surprises there. I'm okay with that. $49.
確率と理論を突き詰めてそれを実践し続けられた者が長期スパンにおいて勝率を上げることができるんです。
Nice. Should I leave it there for now? Oh my god, my graph. 15.46. My dealing rate has actually dropped a little bit. How about my friendlies? 16.95, yeah. That's what I thought. All the emotes. Alright, I think that's going to be where I end it for today. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Yeah, for the people on the Twitch side of things, could go raid, Nico's playing Jade. Let's raid Exocel. I'm sure, like, all you guys are already there, but, let's do a little chill raid. What emotes does Twitch have? What the? Hello? Where are the global emotes? Give me something chill. Do we not have anything chill? Then let's just do a heart. Alright. Just a nice little chill raid. Alright. I'm just getting off now. Bye everyone. Thanks for joining me. Have a good time. Cue the outro.